Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, I will show you how to deploy software through group policies. To demonstrate this, we will deploy Google Chrome for all computers in our domain. First, we need to get the MSI installer from the Chrome Enterprise website. MSI files are database files, used by Windows installer. They describe the installation via database tables and install via a complex set of installation sequences defined within the MSI file itself. To get that MSI for Google Chrome, go to chromeenterprise.google and download the MSI file. I will go for the stable 64-bit version. Now let's copy the file over to our server. Next step is to create a distribution point. This is where your software packages will be stored. In the last video we already created a shared folder that we can use for this purpose. Read permission is enough for computers to access the share and install applications from it. Copy the MSI file to your distribution point. Now we are ready to create a GPO for software installation. Go to the Group Policy Management console. Let's create a new GPO and link it to our domain. I will name my GPO Google Chrome installation. Now right-click on the newly created GPO and go to Edit. Under User Configuration, expand Policies, go to Software Settings. Right-click on Software Installation and select New Package. Let's point it to our MSI file. Here we have different options. The first one is Published. This means that the software will not be installed automatically, instead it will be available for users to install it if they choose so. They can do it by going to Control Panel, Programs and Features and clicking on Install a program from the network. If you choose the assigned option, the application will be installed automatically. The last option will basically take you through all the different settings you have when creating a software package deployment. We will choose Assigned since we just want to install the application without any input required from the user. Let's check the properties of this package. Go to the Deployment tab and notice the deployment options. So far only the first option is checked. What this means is that the application will not be installed, but if a user attempts to open a file associated with this application, it will trigger installation. If we want for this application to install as soon as the user logs on, we need to check the last option on the list, install this application at logon. The second option on the list means that the application will be removed when the associated GPO no longer applies to the user. The third option allows you to hide this package in Control Panel so users won't be able to go there and select to install the application. The last section allows you to choose how much of the installation information is shown to the user. The Upgrades tab lets you add upgrade packages for when your software needs to be upgraded. Later on, when there is a newer version of Google Chrome available, we could use this tab to push it to our computers. You can select what categories you want to list your package in. So far there are no categories to choose from, but you can create them in the properties of the software installation. You can also add modifications in the form of MST files. In an MST file, you can specify different options for your software installation so users won't have to go through them while the application is being installed. You have to select the advanced option when creating a software package to be able to add modifications. We did not, and that is why it is grayed out for us. Those are more advanced options and they will not be covered in this lecture. The Security tab lets us assign permissions to this GPO. By default, administrators have full control and users read-only access, which works fine for a vast majority of cases. I will go back to the Deployment tab and switch the GUI options to Basic. In the Advanced options we can choose to ignore language when deploying this package. This is useful if the application you are installing has a language different from the operating system where it is getting installed. The Include OLE class and product information option is grayed out because it is only available when you select the advanced option when creating a software package. This option specifies whether information on Component Object Model (COM) components is included with the package. Now let's test if our policy worked. I am going to issue the GP update command with the force option on our Windows 11 PC. This basically tells that we need to first log out and then log back for the changes to be processed. Let's log out and log back in. As you can see, Google Chrome has been installed and we have a shortcut on the desktop. You may have noticed that this time it took a little longer to log in. That was because Google Chrome was installing in the background while we were logging in. This concludes the lesson and as well as the current chapter focused on group policies. We have more exciting things coming and I will see you in the next lesson.